It's the most wonderful time of the year. Minky Couture's holiday season is here. Wrap your loved ones in the gift of luxury with our softest, coziest blankets ever. Perfect for movie nights, chilly mornings, or those magical Christmas Eve moments. From kids to grandparents, there's a Minky for everyone. Shop our exclusive holiday collection now, in-store or online at minkycouture.com. But hurry, Santa's favorites won't last long. Minky Couture, making your holidays merry, bright, and oh so cozy.
Coming to you live from the Elliott Avenue Studios, this is The Barbershop. Brought to you by Trufant Auto Detail, the official auto detail provider of the Seattle Seahawks. And by the Trufant Family Foundation, an organization aimed at improving the community one kid at a time. With Marcus Trufant, here's T. Holla.
Yeah, you can't hear me.
I'm here, though, baby.
Are you here? Can you hear me, Marcus?
True is here, baby. True is always here, baby.
I thought something was going on with my voice, and we just could not hear me, man.
I got you. I'm in my pimp voice right now, my pimping.
If you guys missed it and you don't know what you're listening to, it's The Barbershop Show here on Sports Radio 950 KJR. I'm T. Holla. My man Marcus Trufant is in here, and we have got a hell of a show lined up for you guys. My man Nathaniel is back there, had my voice on mute. You had me feeling like I lost something here, man.
I was trying to find the opener I made. I made this cool opener for Marshawn Lynch, and I finally found it. I can play it right now. You want to restart the show real quick? We'll restart the show. Ready?
Go ahead. Let's start it over.
All right. Ready? Okay. Restarting the show right now. 5, 6.
Live from the Elliott Avenue Studios, this is The Barbershop. Brought to you by Trufant Auto Detail, the official auto detail provider of the Seattle Seahawks. And by the Trufant Family Foundation, an organization aimed at improving the community one kid at a time. With Marcus Trufant, here's T.
They better be. Hey,
I'm here.
you guys
so
got
I'm
a,
get fined.
you guys got a double opening. This time we gave you the special Beastmode opening. The first time was just the regular Barbershop opening. We give you the full-on Beastmode because we're going to be talking about Beastmode a little bit tonight. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Beastmode is still in our mind, in our hearts, even though he's down in Oakland. We got to have some love for Beastmode. Tonight, actually, we're going to have some special guests joining us in the studio from the Beastmode store and Marshawn's organization, Fam First Foundation. They're going to join us along with our friends from X-Locks, talking about something that they have going on this weekend. We're definitely going to be talking about the Seahawks, though. Talk about them Huskies, them Cougars.
Go
Cougs. Go Cougs. We got a packed show. We're definitely going to do winners and pretenders. It's a thing that we love to do around here where we talk about a person, place, a thing, and we are going to determine whether that is a winner or a pretender. So you might have stay tuned for that. Hit us up here. We want to hear from you guys, too, as well. Text us at the station, 49451. True, I got to tell you, before we got here, man, I was a little tired. I had a long day.
Okay.
Kids back at school, running back and forth like a chauffeur, man. You know, doing my daily duties, fatherly, husbandly, whatever you call it, duties.
Yeah.
I was a little famished when I got here, man.
Okay.
And fortunately for us, our boys from Carolina Smoke came through once again. They brought us the smoked brisket, the chicken wings, the barbecue wings, and he even brought me a special drink courtesy of Body Armor. Shout out to our friends at Body Armor for supplying this. But I feel a lot better. True. How about you?
Yeah, I actually can't wait to the first break because I didn't get to finish my plate before we got on air. So I'm going to jump on that as soon as we break. I'm going to break my, I'm going to get into the chicken.
You'll get back down to that chicken.
Back to the chicken.
Wait a minute. Just so everybody knows, because I know everybody that listens to the Barbershop show has been, diligently following your journey as a vegan.
Right.
So we're going to have to go back and figure out and revisit this.
Right.
How is the vegan enjoying barbecue smoked wings right now?
Well, you know what, T? I've always been a man of my word. I try to stay focused, but...
Oh, hell no.
I've always been told that ain't nobody perfect but Jesus, and we all fall short, my brother. So,
Yes, sir.
through my journey and through my struggles, I have backslid, and, but I plan to get back to the top and get back to that vegan. So just give me a couple. But I'm going to enjoy this chicken today, though.
Go ahead and enjoy the chicken, man. Everybody has a cheat day. You guys know you out there. If you have the little diets. Everybody around here is doing the 30-10s and all that good stuff. We all fall off. We all fall short of the glory. Because I'm sure, as this weekend, for those of you who don't know, Marcus has a younger brother. He has a couple younger brothers, but one that's currently playing in the National Football League. And he had to take a trip down to Georgia this past week to take care of some family business that was going on down there. But you also got a chance to watch little bro play. And I know you were on the wagon while you were down there. You didn't fall off. You didn't eat any meat while you were down in Atlanta either, did you?
Of course.
Of course what? Of course you did?
Of
Or
course.
Of course you didn't?
Of course.
What does that mean?
You know what?
Oh, hell no.
I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed Atlanta. The food, the festivities, a little bit of everything. In Georgia, they got a different way of enjoying themselves at the nightclub. It's a thing that everybody does. Even couples do it together.
Yeah,
so,
they do. So you at the night festivities. Do we know what do we call those? We got a word for those?
I don't know what they call them in general. What they call them, the booty club? They call them
I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt and call it the gentleman club, but you call it the booty club if you want to.
Hey, man, they call it the juke joint. The boom boom room.
Hoochie mama, come with it. You were doing the hoochie mama.
Nah, baby, I'm just playing. I'm just
I
playing,
know
T.
you
I'm just
are.
playing.
I know you are. But you guys did get a chance to go out there and watch the Atlanta Falcons. Your brother was out there doing his thing. Man, it was. I turn on the highlights because, of course, we don't get the games up here like we ought to. But I turn on the TV. I see the highlights. First thing I see is your brother making this ridiculously athletic interception.
Right.
Incredible play he made on the ball. The very next highlight I see is your brother taking a fumble recovery to the house for 6 points, man. So I got to ask you this question. As a guy that has you spent 10 years in the league, a guy now, your younger brother's in the NFL doing incredible things. How does it feel to see that? How does it feel?
It's exciting all the way around, man. And of course, it's not just me. I was down there with my wife. I was down there with my cousins. I was down there with Dez's girl. And it was just a great all-around, just a family deal. And the stadium down there, man, is rocking.
Yes.
They play all
It's a
the
new
music.
stadium.
Yeah.
You guys was the first time in Mercedes.
Right. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, they got the retractable roof, but it's circle, so it kind of opens up, kind of look like you're about to fly out of space or do something like that. So it's really a good look, man, and it's cool. But the team, Atlanta, they look like they're hitting on all cylinders, man. The offense look good. The defense look good. And I watched the game last week as well because I'm getting, I'm killing my pockets right now. I got DirecTV and I got Comcast.
That's right. We discussed that last week.
Right.
He just wanted. Marcus is a guy that just doesn't half-ass anything. He's gonna overdo everything. I'm gonna get every channel possible to get.
I gotta be able to watch Lil Bro, but I was watching them last week and just the defense and the secondary and the defensive ends. Everybody is hitting hard. Everybody's running fast. So that's a product of Dan Quinn, man. I think he's over there and he's got the team coached up right and they're doing some great things.
Are they gonna repeat? You think they got a chance to repeat?
I definitely think they got a chance to repeat and get to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Okay.
But they, of course, if they repeat, that means they lose again. So I want them to get to the Super Bowl. I want them to win.
Okay. Well, you had a good time down there in Atlanta. I was back here watching a lot of football. One of the things that I got to see this weekend was a highlight of one of Seattle's favorite players. Now, we recently had a divorce from Marshawn Lynch, but he always is going to have ties to Seattle.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
He just here so he don't get fined. Everybody got a chance to see him, man. I just want to talk about him real quick because, again, tonight we are going to be talking about his foundation and something that they have going on this coming up weekend, and we're going to have some special guests around here talking about it. But I really wanted to say, watching him out there do his thing in Oakland, even as a guy who loves the Seattle Seahawks and supports the Seattle Seahawks and follows these guys, to see what he's doing in Oakland is just an amazing thing. Like last week, he almost had 100 yards rushing.
Right.
And you look at this week against the Jets, he ends up with 12 carries for 45 yards. And they did not need him, but he basically had 4 yards per carry. And more than that, the team smashed 45-20, smashed the Jets. But he was just having a good time being himself, True. And to see and here's the thing. Before we get it, because I know you want to add your 2 cents to it, but to see him, and I know you guys out there, if you have not seen it, go on YouTube, Google it. Just type in Marshawn dancing.
Coming to you live from the Elliott Avenue studio.
And you'll see him dancing to that
It's
song
the
right there.
Barbershop.
And I'm really from Oakland. And he was just getting loose, True.
Hey, man, I think it brought him back to a time, and it just clicked in his mind where he's just with his friends. He's at a barbecue. He's at a party, or he's just with family, man. And you could just see it in the dancing that he was really enjoying it. And I went to school, actually at Washington State, believe it or not, with a bunch of guys that came from Oakland.
Right.
Yeah, they came up to play sports. They was playing football. They was playing baseball. And they really go in, man, and they enjoy family, they enjoy friends. So I think that's what he's doing in Oakland, man. I know he's really loving being at home. I could say that personally. It's nothing like playing at home. So, I didn't really have an opportunity to, of course, to leave and come back. But anytime you're at home and you're amongst the family, friends, and, of course, all your teachers, all your people you grew up with is in the stands, man, it's a good feeling. It's a good look.
Now, when you say you saw you went to school with a bunch of guys from Oakland, so did I. I grew up, went to college with a bunch of guys from Oakland. I even went to high school with some people from the Bay Area. We got folks out there heavy. And so a lot of people don't really understand the vibe of the Bay Area and Oakland. Like, you see a lot of, like, I was watching afterwards and some of the commentators on the other network and the other station,
right,
saying, Marshawn, he looked really excited, but he didn't know how to dance. He looks a little uncoordinated. They don't understand that Hyphy movement. And my man Nathaniel was the guy behind our boards back there running everything. He's from the Bay Area. He gets it. That's why we're going to have a theme tonight. We're going to play a lot of Hyphy music and get hyped. But the feeling is just to get crazy, stupid, dumb, shake your dreads, shake your head. And if you see the atmosphere that was created by Marshawn in the entire Coliseum after that happened, you see everybody in the stand lose their mind because they understand what that movement is all about. And he embodies it.
Absolutely. I think that as Marshawn goes through this year, I think eventually, and they might have to put him on payroll, not just as a player, but in the marketing
entertainment,
department.
right? Yeah.
Because he's making it happen, man. And, I know the Raiders are going to be leaving, but he's keeping that fan base alive, and I think that he's a huge part of that. And I think that's part of the reason he's there, of course.
Yeah, I definitely want to say this. He is definitely, in my opinion, as somebody from the outside looking in, as a guy who supports these Seahawks, I think that he is going to not just on the field of play, but just in what he's able to do in that community, he was able to do with the fans in the stadium, is going to make the final year of the Raiders being in Oakland something magical. I think there's going to be a little kid that's maybe 5 years old or 6 years old right now who's going to have a lasting memory of watching Marshawn Lynch in Oakland shaking his dreads on the sideline, and that's going to be the thing that sparks him to become the next great running back out of Oakland, and I believe that. Outside of that, speaking of these celebrations, I want to talk to you real quick about this, True.
Okay.
For a while, the NFL stood for not fun league, right? No fun league. They tried to put the kibosh on all the celebrations, and guys were getting fines, and guys getting, you got to pay if you do certain things. We all know T.O. was the king of getting fined for celebrating, shaking the pom-poms, and then Michael Bennett for doing the hip twists and whatnot. They still not going to allow you to do the thrust pumps, but they are allowing some of these celebrations to come back in NFL. And the group celebrations that I saw over this past weekend were pretty cool. Have you been noticing them?
I've been noticing the group celebrations, but I'm still kind of on the fence. And, I like the celebrations, but I don't think everybody's up to par yet. I think everybody's a little stiff. Everybody's a little uncomfortable yet. There ain't been enough practice. Everybody's used to kind of being robotic, and cats is kind of doing the same thing. I've been seeing the craps, the roll of the dice.
You don't like the crap shooting?
I like it, but I done seen it a couple times. I need to see like a cabbage patch or something different. I need to see something new, bro.
That's what they do, right? Shoot dice. That's the thing. Okay, that's what we do. We go out and go shoot dice. Let's show the people. I did see one this past weekend. Golden Tate and I don't even know who it was on his team.
Right.
They scored a touchdown and they played ping pong. They did a little ping pong. That was cool. I seen another guy with an offensive lineman pretending like he was a basketball hoop, and the dude shot the bucket into his basketball hoop. I think it's just good to bring back some fun to the game.
I saw somebody from Tampa, I think it was Evans and somebody else, and they did like a Euro step together, and they did a layup together. I thought that was pretty clever. Yeah.
So I like it. I'm interested in seeing more of what they do this season. I think some guys are going to get pretty creative and pretty clever as the season goes on. You know how it is, True. You know, the season gets long. You weren't a big celebrator, were you?
Nah, baby. You know, I'm so smooth, baby. I just kept it smooth. So, I just kept it chill. I kept it in the pocket.
I let my actions speak for me, baby. Okay, well, we're going to keep a track and see who has the best celebrations throughout the year. Hey, when we come back, though, we want to talk about college football. I know it's that time of year. Everybody gets excited about their favorite team. And, of course, I'm going to get excited about my dogs. We're going to definitely talk about that. A few other things we're going to talk about right here in the Barbershop on Sports Radio 950 KJR.
Kimmy Klein with a look at the drive. We have a crash in Shoreline, northbound I-5 near 175th. Last seen blocking the left general purpose lane. So still a tough go getting throughout the Shoreline area. Northbound 99 Aurora Avenue approaching Green Lake Way. An accident continues to block the right bus lane. And in Sumner, southbound 167 at 24th, an accident blocks the right lane, keeping things backed up from Highway 18. This report brought to you by Target Zero. So what is Target Zero? It's our state goal to reduce traffic deaths and serious injuries to zero by the year 2030. Let's reach Target Zero together. Zero traffic deaths in your family, zero traffic deaths in our state. And that's your Sports Radio 950 KJR traffic.
Hey, it's T. Holla. And when I'm not hanging out with you guys here in the barbershop, I'm sitting in an office at my family's financial services company. Sometimes that office space needs some fixing up, and whether that be a new door or a wall, or even if we need a brand new office built, we call EBI. Ellsworth Builders Incorporated is a local construction company that specializes in commercial tenant improvement. Since 1991, EBI has been serving retail outlets, restaurants, auto detail companies, biotech companies throughout the Puget Sound region with all their commercial construction needs. If you want fast, courteous service and high-quality construction work done, call EBI at 425-482-2904, or you can check out the website, ellsworthbuilders.com.
I know the NFL football season has started, but let's not forget that most of these athletes you watch on Sunday got their start as youngsters at the Boys and Girls Club or at rec leagues. That's where the Trufant brothers got our start, right here in Tacoma. Now introducing the Northwest Cougars, my very own youth football program, 1st grade through 8th grade, to give these kids a positive outlet, to be coached by community role models, and to learn through sport, as I did, lifelong lessons. To contribute to the Northwest Cougars youth football program, please visit TrufantFamilyFoundation.com. Together, we can make dreams come true. And go Cougs!
Yeah, man, it's your boy, Mr. Fab, man.
Now back to the Barbershop, brought to you by Trufant Auto Detail and by the Trufant Family Foundation on Seattle Sports Radio 950 KJR.
Welcome back to the Barbershop Show here on Sports Radio 950 KJR. It's T. Holla, my man True is in the building, and this is the Hyphy edition. We're getting Yay Area Hyphy thanks to my man Nathaniel back there.
You're putting it down back there, baby.
What you know about this, man?
This was like high school. Like, this is all we listened to in the locker room at football. This was it. Mr. Fab, Keek the Sneak, all of it.
Hey, but let me find out Nate is like the coolest dude in the studio
I'm
right
saying,
now.
man. You know, looks can be deceiving, man. We in here getting hyphy. We celebrating because, you know, we got some special guests that are going to join us at the top of the next hour. My friends from X-Locks are going to join us, and our friends from Beastmode, First Foundation, Marshawn Lynch's organization. They have something special coming up this weekend. We want to make sure that you guys are all aware of what's happening. Of course, we are having our fun in here in the Barbershop. True. I know one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to tell everybody what day it is.
Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody?
True, what day is it?
Hump day.
Hump day. That means it's Barbershop Day. You guys already know that. Thanks for joining us, man. True. Did you get a chance to watch any college football this weekend? I know you were busy down in Atlanta, but it was lots of good college football.
Yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot of it. Of course, you know, I catch the highlights and I catch the scores. I got to make sure my Cougs is taking care of business. So, I mean, Of course, it's a good look for us. So
Yeah.
You know how that works.
I know. We got a couple Cougs in the building. We're going to talk about that a little later. But, yeah, of course, I had to watch, man. I had to watch my dogs. But I got to tell you, I got to be honest with you. I did do something that I've never done in my life until this weekend, man. You don't even want to ask me? You don't care? You just going to sit there and look at me like you don't care what I did? I had a life-changing moment, and you don't even care.
Terry? What did you have to do, Terry?
At least pretend like you care about my feelings, man. You don't even care anymore, True.
Oh. Oh. But what happened, T?
I stopped watching the Husky game. I turned it off. Man.
Why?
Because they was whooping Fresno ass too bad. I couldn't watch it no more. It was got to be embarrassing, and I don't only say embarrassing because we suffered as Husky fans, as Husky alumni. We suffered through a lot of dark years where people used to just beat the dog mess out of us. Like they took no mercy. So I'm not going to apologize for the beatdown that they put on Fresno.
Right.
I'm not going to apologize for the beatdown they put on Rutgers or the beatdown they put on Montana. But I will say this. I turned the channel because there was a more compelling game on a different station. I turned to watch USC versus Texas. Now, I don't know how many people out there actually in the Northwest paid attention to that game.
Right. No.
But I bet you some did. Text us here at the station, 49451. If at any point in time you turned off the Husky game or the Cougar game in order to watch the USC-Texas game, it was incredibly compelling, True. It looked like, it was going to be a runaway for a while. Texas came back. They had a freshman quarterback, a true freshman.
Who's supposed to be better of the two teams?
USC. Texas wasn't even supposed to be in the game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Texas was supposed to be getting blown out. It turned into a double overtime game, 27-24. Texas, the freshman quarterback, a 91-yard into the game drive to
Is he white dude or black dude?
He's quite white.
Oh, all right.
He's quite white.
Okay.
Texas ain't had a black quarterback since Vince Young. I'm just making that part up. But it was compelling, and then it went to a double overtime, and the quarterback actually fumbled the ball on the goal line while he was running the ball in.
Oh,
and
what?
Yeah, USC got the ball back, and it was just a really great game. It was great football. It was great football all around the country. You saw some of these small schools, man, do some incredible things. And we talked about this before, whether small schools should play the big schools.
Right.
And you and I both agreed that it's okay for some of these small schools to come play the big schools, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, of course, I talked about the business side of it, of these small schools that are trying to get some more exposure. And when you go play these teams, it's more about the funds that you're going to generate for your program.
Right.
Of course, you want to win, and when you're in the locker room as a coach, you're going to preach rah-rah, and we want to do this and do that. But the ADs and all that kind of stuff, it's about the money, man. It's about getting the money to the program. So, of course, you're going to step out the box. You want to play these big schools and get that exposure.
But as a kid, too, just imagine, though, you're 18, 19 years old, and you end up going to a smaller school, right? One of these, I call them the directional schools, right? Northwestern Tech or Southeastern. Any place that has a direction before your name is the school I'm talking about. Usually bring them in to get whooped on, right? But this past weekend, a school like Northern Illinois beat Nebraska. Beat Nebraska. Now, when I was coming up, nobody was beating Nebraska.
Right.
That just happened. San Diego State beat Stanford. Stanford was supposed to be one of the teams to contend for the Pac-12 championship, and San Diego State put it on them. So, at the end of the day, you're 18, 19 years old, man, and you have to go to one of those directional schools. You probably have a chip on your shoulder. And you're probably thinking, I'm not going to get a chance to play on a big stage like this ever again. Right. So I'm going to go out there and give them everything I got.
Right.
And most of the time, 9 times out of the 10, you don't get your back broke. You going to get your...
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
You're going to get your spinal. You feel me?
But you said these kids got a chip on their shoulder, T, and that's what happens when you got a chip on your shoulder and you got a big bad school that's coming in and they overlooking these so-called smaller schools or the lesser athlete. Sometimes you get that dog that's backed into a corner, man. They come out fighting. I know how it is. I come from Tacoma, so being on the national stage. I go down to the Senior Bowl and stuff like that in college, and they ask me where I'm from. I say Tacoma, and they saying where, and I say I'm from Washington. They say, is it D.C.? I'm like, nah, I'm from over here.
You by the White House?
But they look down on you if they're from these bigger areas, Florida, Cali, Texas. They don't think we play ball over here. So I get the chip on your shoulder thing. I get it.
Yeah, let me ask you this. And I'm going back to the UW game real quick before we get out of here. One of the big things that was the takeaway from the UW game, outstanding Husky, a wide receiver, punt return specialist, Dante Pettis, had his 8th career punt return for a touchdown, man. And he tied Wes Welker's NCAA record for punt returns in a career. And it's just incredible that he did that. My question, 2 questions for you. One, if you're a coach, why in the hell would you kick the ball to this kid? For one.
Right.
And number 2, have you ever been back there yourself returning kicks?
Oh, yeah, baby. I was back there. I was a jack of all trades at one point.
You know
what I'm saying? I was looking nasty. I was wearing number 45, but I used to get loose a little bit, T. So I'm going to find an old clip, and I'm going to put it on the Barbershop Twitter account if I can find it. But
I can't wait to see that.
But as a coach, I know that they talked about it all week. Don't kick to this guy, or we're going to directional kick. We're going to kick it close to the sideline. But sometimes if the ball just bounces the wrong way, it just goes the wrong way. And he probably knew it before the ball even left at the punter's foot. Hey, man, it's over.
Hey, listen, I just want to say this. Congratulations, Mr. Pettis. It's a huge accomplishment. I hope they keep kicking you the ball. I used to return kicks when I was at UW, too. I was a deep man. Yeah, I was a deep man. Just to tell you real quick before we get out of here, I remember it was like my first kick, like my freshman year. I returned it. I went the exact opposite wrong way that the wedge was because nobody was over there. It looked real open, so I just thought I could go there real fast, and I got towed out the front. I literally, no, not even kidding you. I had to have knee surgery after that play.
Come on, T.
That one play put me out for 4 games.
So your coach all week told you that the ledge is going
left, and I went
left,
right.
and you went right.
Oh, man, they laughed at me like a dog. They laughed at me for days after that, man. Hey, when we come back, though, too, we're going to talk about these Seahawks, man. And our friends are here from X-Locks and Beastmode and First Fan Foundation. Marshawn Lynch's foundation. We're going to talk to them about something they got going on this weekend. Stay tuned. It's the Barbershop on 950 KJR.
I got a question, Seattle. What could be better than football and barbecue? That's right, nothing. And if you want the best barbecue in the northwestern part of these here United States, then you need to get on down to Carolina Smoke Barbecue in Bothell. Located in Country Village, Carolina Smoke has the most succulent smoked brisket, fall off the bone ribs, and mouth-watering tri-tip, and so much more. Come on down and see us today at Carolina Smoke Barbecue, 23806 Bothell Everett Highway. That's 23806 Bothell Everett Highway. And tell them that T. Holla from the Barbershop sent you.
Now back to the Barbershop, brought to you by Trufant Auto Detail and by the Trufant Family Foundation on Seattle Sports Radio 950 KJR.
Welcome back to the Barbershop Show here on Sports Radio 950 KJR. It's your boy T. Holla and my man True is in the building. And this is our Hyphy edition. We're getting hyphy, we're getting hyped. For those of you that don't know what hyphy means, True, can you give it a definition, an explanation?
Well, I think from my experience, like I said, I'm not from down that way, but it's not
down
so
what
much
way? So those of you who might not have been listening, we talking about down in Oakland way.
in the Bay Area.
The Bay Area.
Yeah. So hyphy's not so much a word or a thing. It's more of an expression and a feeling.
Yeah, okay. I dig that.
That you give out.
I'll go
and
with
it's
you.
energy and it's, it is gyrations and such.
Oh, we gyrating on the Barbershop Show now. We are doing that in celebration. I know you guys got a chance to see some of the NFL this past weekend, and Marshawn Lynch down there in Oakland doing his dance on the sideline. That's what we call getting the hyphy. When you shaking your dreads, and unless you like me, you ain't got a whole lot of dread left.
Not so much dread.
You just shake your scalp.
But you still shining, though, brother.
It's
You
shining. You can shake your shine.
Yeah.
You just shake your shine. You're feeling the groove, and you're just getting the hype and getting the hyphy. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're celebrating that because we have some special guests that are going to join us here later on in the show and kind of embody that whole hyphy movement. But I want to talk to you real quick, True, about these Seahawks, man. And I just got to say, after this past weekend, after the Seahawks played the San Francisco 49ers, and it was 12-9, the Seahawks walked away with a win. I have never in my life ever seen as many people upset about a win in my life. This whole entire week, it felt like the world is ending around Seattle. And we won the game. People are talking about making wholesale changes to the offense. People talking about getting rid of coaches. People talking about, have we seen the best of Russell Wilson? What's going on with the team? We don't know what's happening. And you would think that we were just on a terrible losing streak. That being said, True, they didn't look very good. They didn't look very good. I'll be honest with you. They didn't look very good.
Right.
And particularly the offense. The offense. And the defense, to me, looked really good. And we'll talk more about that later on. But I just wanted to get the bad stuff out of the way before we got started.
Okay.
Man. Russell didn't look very good. He threw a couple balls that were ill-advised, misguided. They were off target. He looked like he was dancing for his life and not really on target for a lot of the game, True. And I think there appears to be some issues with the offensive line, True. And my question is, I'm sure you saw parts of the game. What was your take on that offense and what was going on?
Well, I want to say this first. Just the stuff you talked about in the beginning about everybody being so upset, everybody being up in arms, the offensive line this and the running game that. But just like you said, T, we still got the W. At times in the National Football League, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be pretty. But as long as you get the W, that's all that really matters. And I think that this team is still going through a process of coming together. So to be happy with a W, I think is good. And I think that the offensive line, I want to give them a chance. I'm always going to side with the players, so I'm not going to sit up here. And, of course, you want to be critical, of course, and you want to tell the truth and you want to be real. But at the same time, it's about getting better every week. They didn't show very good last week. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. And today is Wednesday. I know they had a hard practice today. So you try to fix all those kinks and you want to get better. So that's the thing, that you can't come out and do the same thing week in and week out. You got to grow every week and you got to get better. So if we see the same thing that we saw this week, next week, then we can start saying stuff. Okay, well, we might have to do this and might have to do that. But
the sky is falling. The sky is falling.
But yeah, and that's what people doing now. They acting like it's over, like the season is done with, but it's not. And we won, so.
We did win, but again, we did not win in a very convincing fashion against a San Francisco team that is, by all standards, by all measures,
rebuilding.
That's Nathaniel. Nathaniel's going to say that because he's a San Francisco 49ers fan. He has a 49ers shirt on right now.
Yes,
so he going to call them rebuilding. We'll just say they re-suck. They re-suck. They're re-terrible. They're not very good.
They were way worse last year, but yes, they are bad.
Yeah, they're bad. And we just expected a better outing. And I know a lot of people around Seattle have been screaming about this offensive line. We need to do this. We need to do that. The thing is, What can you do about them right now? You cannot go down to Home Depot and pick up 3 or 4 offensive guards and tackles off the side of the road and say, come on with me. It doesn't work like that. And you can't go on the open market and get anybody, because anybody that's worth their salt, nobody on NFL teams are going to let go in any trade. You're going to have to give up everything to get one offensive lineman, and one offensive lineman is not going to make the difference in that offensive line in the first place. It's 5 guys that have to work in unison together to make that thing happen. And so I just don't think there's a fix. We are who we are.
And I will piggyback on that, Terry, and I will say the way this team is set up, I know we like to see the high-flying points and the touchdowns and the great runs and all this stuff done from Russell Wilson, but this team is set up to be a defensive team.
Yeah.
So, that takes me back to the old-school Ravens teams.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back at that offense couldn't even do anything. And that was Trent Dilfer at quarterback, and I played with him, and that's no disrespect, but the team
– slight shade, but it's cool.
They really wasn't going to put up no points, but their job was to go out there and just not turn the ball over and just not lose the game. So I'm not saying the Seahawks is set up that way particularly, but all the stars and all the money is really spent on defense. So
you're right. You're 100%
you can't
right.
You can't really argue with the offensive line, this, and that, and the third. You got to go with the defense, and the defense is going to stand up, and it's going to be closer games. It's going to be nasty till they get better.
I'm going to talk to you more in a minute about that defense, because I wanted to talk about the bad first.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get that out of the way, get that cleansed out of our system, so we could talk about the good later, and on a positive note, talk about some of this running back situation, because they got a bunch of them. One of them did not show up last week, and we'll talk about that in a second too. But we found a new young guy who runs really hard, and I don't want to say he reminds me of Marshawn Lynch, but I think the concept of his running style, moving forward, gaining yards, is more like Marshawn than anybody else we have in the backfield, and I definitely want to talk about that situation coming up here in just a minute. But since we're talking about Marshawn, and we have been having the Hyphy Barbershop episode of the day, we want to talk about an event that's coming up this weekend here in the city of Seattle. Marshawn is always going to have ties to the city. They have the Beastmode store right downtown, and they have what's called Fam First Foundation, which is really all over the country, but was started here in Seattle. We have some special guests with us that are going to be putting on well, I'll let them tell you all about it, True. It's our special guest from X-Locks. We have my friend Bunty Matthias here. And from Beastmode, we have Myron Beck joining us here in the studio. What's up, fellas? Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having us here.
Oh, you have another special guest with you guys as well.
Sophie.
Sophie is here as well. Thank you guys for joining us. First of all, before we get into the whole thing that you have going on this weekend, Bunty, I want you to tell me about X-Locks, exactly what it is, and how you got started with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, X-Locks is a shoe accessory that we created 3 years ago. It's actually, we only work with charities, only organizations. We like to push, different people that are making an impact in the community. People that are just doing different things. Actually, this is our third collaboration. Our first one was with Fred Hutch during the breast cancer. It was actually a breast cancer campaign that we put on 2 years ago. And actually, we were fortunate enough to work with Marcus over here as well for his.
That's right.
For his volleyball charity event. Great family, great organization.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having us. The second one was actually with Feet of Waz, so it's actually towards autistic kids, and we actually worked with Dan Schneider, the GM for the Seahawks. And now for our third one, they're going to be the ones mostly talking about this organization, but it's with Beastmode himself and the Fan First organization.
Yeah,
so,
Sophie.
Yes.
What can you tell me about? So you hooked up with my man Bunty from X-Locks.
Yes.
And you guys are putting something on this weekend. And again, first of all, can you guys tell me a little bit more about Fam First, how that works?
So Fam First Family Foundation is all about youth empowerment.
Okay.
And Marshawn really lives through that. He loves to see the kids, and he lives for the kids.
Yeah, I've always seen him doing his camps in Oakland and fundraisers for the kids.
And the bike rides down the middle of the street.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
And we actually did a collaboration with them in Oakland. So that's going to be actually involved in an evening event. So if you do come on September 24th, it's 5 to 9 p.m. We do have a lot of supporters out there as well. But with Fan First and Xbox being able to collaborate with each other, it's just getting communities involved, and showcasing that, hey, bringing awareness to youth development, and Beastmode being a brand of itself. He's encouraged these kids to be their own entrepreneurs, into the world, and raising funds for cancer as well. I mean, I think those two come hand in hand. They're two different stories, but I feel like people need to be more aware of that. Sometimes we hear it and we see it, but we're not always aware, and I think it's that time to kind of just pay attention, because kids are our future. As we get older, they're our next generation.
Right.
And that's how Marshawn sees that.
Right. So for it's this weekend on Sunday, the 24th, you guys have actually partnered up with Xlocks, and you guys are doing an event. Tell us exactly. I know it's to raise money for these underprivileged kids to put them in a better situation. What is it exactly that's going to be taking place at Aston Manor in Seattle?
Yep. So it's going to be at Aston Manor. We're actually throwing 2 events. So we're actually going to have
Well, first of all, just tell us about the first one. We got to, we have short attention spans here in the barbershop.
So it's we're actually partnering with Pure Barre of Seattle. It's a fitness organization, so it's without weights. It's like more of a core strength type of fitness that they have. So they're going to be hosting a free class. So we're all just collaborating all together. So that one's going to be all ages.
Fitness class.
Yep.
So have you ever done this fitness class before?
I've seen it. This is our 3rd collaboration with it, but I've only watched on the sideline.
So what is it like cross training, sit-ups, push-ups, box jumps?
So we want everyone to bring out a yoga mat, and it's a lot of moving back and forth, and it's no weights involved. But I've heard a lot of NFL players actually do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't sleep on that body weight workout, baby. That's real deal.
So it's a workout, raising money for the kids. And what time does that start at?
Yep. So that's going to be at 12 o'clock. So that's from 12 to 1:30. I believe the Seahawks games starts around 1:30.
Right.
Gives you enough time to do that, and then come back at Aston for the 5 o'clock event.
Okay. So the 5 o'clock event. Now I want to talk. Hey, listen, because that sounds like it's more my speed right there. The 5 o'clock event. We can skip the exercise part, True.
Right.
I mean, True might be at the first part.
Hey, babe, I'm down for the get down. Let's do both, T.
No, I see the way my legs are made up right now. Myron, my guy over here. One of the things that we are celebrating is the 1-year anniversary of Beast Mode. Now, can you tell me about that? Have you been there since day one?
Yeah, since day one. Actually, since we found the building. So,
okay. Yeah. How did you get involved with that?
Bro just asked me if I wanted to come along. Yeah.
And say, yeah.
Of course. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And by the way, Beast Mode, again, I got to get over there, by the way, True.
I've been saying that off.
Yeah, you guys both got to get down there.
Got to get down there.
So it's been a very successful venture for everybody that's involved. And it's a 1-year anniversary, and you guys are celebrating it right after the event on Sunday at Aston Manor.
Yes, sir. We'll be there Sunday. You guys come on through. From 5 to 9, we'll be at Aston Manor celebrating the 1-year anniversary.
Okay. Yeah. And Bunty, you guys are going to be selling the Xlocks. First of all, tell us again what exactly Xlocks is. It's for those who don't know, Xlocks is I would explain it, but I'm dumb.
Hey, you just told him to tell you, then you gonna tell us instead?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm letting everybody know that I'm not gonna be able to do it justice like the man. See how True did me like this, Bunty? I'm just kidding.
So it's a shoe accessory. It fits right on the shoe, so it's interchangeable. Our slogan is every step has a story. That's why we only work with organizations, people that are actually making a difference in the community, because it doesn't matter, like for cancer, you could be any race. It doesn't matter where you're from. Anyone can get cancer. So that's why we started off with that. And me personally, I actually had, somebody pass away from cancer. Wow. So that was, that was the whole push behind it. And, it became something bigger. People started reaching out to us, telling us stories about what they're gone through. And then that's when we, started doing autism. And now, we're working with the Fan First organization. So we're really fortunate that, on our 3rd collaboration, we're working with them. So essentially, it's just a shoe accessory. And, we put their logo on there, and it's pushing their mission through our shoe accessory. So it's always being promoted.
Okay. And you said when you sell these accessories this weekend at the event, the proceeds are going to go to the Fan First Foundation.
Correct. Yeah. So this weekend, 100% of sales online and actually at the event itself will be donated to the Fan First organization.
Wow.
Man, that's really cool.
Is there a website?
Yep. So xlocks.com, and then we also have an Instagram handle. It's at xlocks, so XLOCKZ. So not with an S, it's with a Z at the end.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's where you can find the X-Locks. You can definitely find it at Aston Manor this weekend as you go out there and get ready to bust a sweat for a good cause, for the kids in the community, for the Fan First Foundation. And again, Marshawn is doing his thing. He is still in Seattle. I know he has a lot of love for Seattle, just like he has a lot of love for Oakland. So if you guys want to come out and be a part of that movement, please do so. Bunty, what else you got, man?
Yeah, so besides Xlocks, we actually have tons of vendors that are also joining in. So if you just want to stop by and get some free stuff, we have Kona water.
Free? Whoa.
Yeah.
Free?
Yeah.
Now you're talking my
free.
language.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, who's else going to be there?
Yeah, so we have Kona Water, Fresh Juicery, Athleta are going to be giving out swag bags. We're giving out free Fitbits. We have Jingly Scarves, so they're actually going to be giving a proceeds of their scarf, whatever they sell at the event itself, to the Fan First organization. And then for the nighttime event.
For the nighttime event, we're going to have Central District Ice Cream.
Oh.
They're going to be there as well. And you probably could purchase ice cream tickets. They're going to be posting it on their Instagram and everything. So it's Central District Ice Cream.
Okay.
And Alpha Vodka is also sponsoring us as well.
Vodka and ice cream. Can't go wrong.
Go hand in hand, right? Also, we're having the Beastmode bus as well.
Okay.
And for our food truck, we're having Catfish Corner. It's going to
Lord
be there
have
as well.
mercy. All right.
So as you can see, it's going to be a full event.
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to be there. Myron, do you guys have a place where they can reach you to get that Beast Mode stuff? I know we can come down to the shop.
Oh, yeah, you can come down to the store. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat at Seattle Beast or Beast Mode Store, Seattle, Beast Mode Apparel, Seattle store, and then the Beast Mode Store on Instagram. On Beast Mode online, you can come shop online, and we're down at 558 First Ave South, right on First and Railroad Way, right by the stadium.
Right by the stadium.
Yeah, come check us out.
Are you guys doing any more promo shoots down at the store? I saw one on Instagram that was pretty fly. Man.
We want to be.
I think I want to come check y'all out down there. See how y'all get that.
I mean, you can come check us out every Thursday or first Thursdays of each month. We do a Beast Mode art show, art walk, and the Pioneer Square art walk. We
solid. All right.
A couple weeks ago, we did a Beast Mode backpack giveaway. Just
All
trying
for
to
the
stay
kids.
relevant in in Seattle as well.
Absolutely.
While he's gone.
We appreciate that, man. I got to tell you guys this. Before we get out of here, we're going to have to take a picture as a group before we get out of here and post it on our Twitter page, because I promise you guys out there listening in Seattle, if you squint your eyes real tight, super tight, and you look at my man Myron and he starts shaking his dreads, he would look just like Beast Mode. I'm telling you right now, you would be confused. He with that Beast Mode is back.
Hell no.
He's in Seattle. They all look like Beast Mode. God almighty.
All the dreadlocks.
Thank you guys for joining us here tonight. We appreciate you coming by. We will check you out this weekend at Aston Manor, y'all.
Yeah,
Appreciate you guys for having us.
All right.
man.
When we come back, True and I are going to finish our discussion about the Seahawks. We talked about the bad. Let's see if we could talk about the good, True. There's got to be some good in there, right?
Hey, man, it's always good, brother. Always.
And we're going to find it right here on the Barbershop at 950 KJR.
This is Marcus Trufant for Iron Horse Casino in Auburn. I want to invite you and your friends to join us at the South End's best entertainment location. With over $200,000 in jackpots on our table games, we are your neighborhood casino. Join us on Saturdays for a chance to win $500 every Saturday at 2 p.m. and at 10 p.m. Also, you can win a Harley-Davidson or $10,000 cash. For more information, go to ironhorsecasinos.com.
Now back to the Barbershop, brought to you by Trufant Auto Detail and by the Trufant Family Foundation on Seattle Sports Radio 950 KJR.
Welcome back to the Barbershop Show, the super hyphy Barbershop Show, live from Seattle. It's T. Holla and True, and this is Keep the Sneak we listening to. For you who not familiar with the Bay Area, Yay Area, hyphy movement, this is called super hyphy. The name of the song is called Super Hyphy. And this is the kind of stuff that Marshawn Lynch listens to. I want to give a shout out to Marshawn Lynch and the Fan First Foundation. They just left. X-Locks just left. Thank you guys for joining us here. Make sure you attend their event this Sunday at Aston Manor, raising money for the kids in the community. But again, it's the Super Hyphy Show, True, and a lot of people don't know what Super Hyphy means. So here we have Keep the Sneak. Or who's going to do
Mr.
this?
Fab.
I'm sorry.
It's
Mr.
from a
Fab.
song.
Mr. Fab is going to explain to you what hyphy means.
A bunch of different things, not just hyphy.
Okay, give it to him.
You can do what you wanna go do, just lose it. Bay game, bay slang, it's a bay thing. So just know when you come to the bay, man. Stunners, it's glasses, these is Beatles, rippers, it's bras, scraping automobiles. Hyphy is hyper, our version of crunk. Dizzy is hot and perking is strong. When you get a new car.
Hyphy is hyper. Hyphy is hyper. So if you can imagine this song playing and watching Marshawn Lynch doing that dance he was doing on the sideline, it goes hand in hand. It's the Bay Area movement. It's an Oakland thing. It's a get crunk and crazy and wild thing. And just for the record, for those who did not know,
okay,
a piece of trivia, the guy singing that song, Mr. Fab, that's Marshawn's cousin.
Oh, word?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I don't know if I did know that, but I've seen them together. I've seen them with all the Bay Area legends, of course. I've seen them with E40. I've seen them with Short. I've seen them with everybody. But he just connected like that in the city.
Yeah.
And they all doing well, and they all giving back to the community, which I think is love.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to those guys that do that thing. True. We want to continue talking about the Seahawks, man. And again, everybody thinks the sky is falling around here. There's so many things that we need to change after 2 games. The offensive line is terrible. Our coaching staff, we need to fire Bevel. But, we've been saying that for like 2 to 3 years. Fire Bevel. We need the offensive line is terrible. What are we going to do? Tom Cable, blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff.
Right.
But we have some good things on this team, man. We have one of the most incredible defenses in the National Football League. And they've only gotten better. They've added Sheldon Richardson to the fold at the defensive tackle position. And that is a guy that if you ever watch him on tape, man, the guy is almost unblockable. He's always got his motor going. He's just good, True. And again, there's just so many good things that I like that I see about this team, man. What do you see that you like that jumps off the screen at you?
I just like the defense in general. Like you said, you talked about Mr. Richardson in the middle. And I didn't know that he had a motor like that. I knew he was a force in the middle, but I thought he was more of, I'm going to take up space and I'm going to plug it up inside and I'm going to let the linebackers make plays around me. But this dude is a guy that's going to hit the old lineman and he's going to run and chase down screens and he's going to sack the quarterback. So I really like him in the middle, and I think it's going to make it easier for our outstanding linebackers. We already got Wags, we got KJ, and everybody that's going to make it happen in the middle. And I think everybody is really going to play off each other. I know Earl Thomas is really coming back, and I think he's getting even better, man.
Yeah.
And, I think he's going to put more fear in teams, and he just looks really comfortable. I know he's one of those guys, like I compare his focus to like a Kobe Bryant or like a Michael Jordan. He's like
well, it almost seems like he's
obsessive about the game.
A weirdo
right?
almost.
Yeah.
I hate to call him that because we love E.T.
Right.
But it's in the best possible way.
It's in the best possible way, and he's so deep into this game. He lives and sleeps football, and it really shows it, man. And I just like his game. I'm really liking his game right now.
Yeah, I think he has really bounced back from that injury last year. He's looking a lot, in my opinion, a lot stronger, a lot quicker. He's flying around. He doesn't look like he's tentative at all. Doesn't look like the leg is bothering him at all. Sherm, he's Sherm. He's like the 1st and 15, man. He's steady. He's constant. And Jay Lane, even though he had to sit out most of the first game
for the Phantom
punch, he showed up last week. And he played a hell of a game. And I just got to say, even though some things did not look very good on the offensive side of the ball, and we just being completely honest about it, they were completely ineffective for 3.5 quarters. there are some good things that they can build on. The defense is solid. I think that, we have actually found, and I hate to crown a rookie after 2 games, and I'm not going to crown him just yet.
I was about to say, but you're going to do it anyway.
I do what I want.
Right.
But Chris Carson, this kid was a steal, man. I think you see the way he runs the ball and he attacks the line of scrimmage. It is very effective, and I think it goes hand in hand with the way Seattle wins games and the way they have traditionally won games over the past 3 to 4 years. And the thing that took them to the Super Bowl is downhill running, north and south running. We don't need a lot of dipping and diving and dancing and juking and shaking, although that's cute and that's fun at times. But this guy, Chris Carson, is a big, strong physical runner. He gets downhill right now. So I think there are a few things that, I'm always a half full glass kind of guy. I like to look at the positive side of things, True.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I like Chris Carson as well, but what I do like, I think the Seahawks are going to have to do it by committee. I don't think, just like you said, that you don't want to crown the gentleman just yet. And I'm definitely not taking nothing away from the game, of course, because he balled out. But I think this is the kind of team that we have, or at least the backfield that we have. It's not just going to be one guy. Of course, it was Chris Carson last game. But next game it might be Rawls, and after that it might be Lacey. I think that's how we're going to have to get through it and do it as a team, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I think that's okay.
And you know what? You and I, like I said before, I think we see things a lot the same way, glass half full. But I got to be honest with you. I have a guy that I know that I've been talking to for a while, and I got to be honest with you. This guy has absolutely nothing positive to say about the Seahawks ever. Ever. I don't care what they do. Everything the Seahawks do is terrible. So in talking to him this past weekend, I said, I want to get you on the air, and I want to hear what you have to say about this particular Seahawks team. And I don't want to say his name because I don't want to put him in any harm's way or create any controversy for him at his job.
Right.
So I'm just going to call him Harry. So I would like to introduce Seattle to one of my associates. And we're going to call him Hating Ass Harry. Player Hating Ass Harry, are you on the line?
Yeah, you know I'm on the line, man.
Harry.
I can't stand the Seahawks. For real.
Out the gate, huh?
You waste no time, man. Let us know, man. What is it about these Seahawks do you not like right now?
Man, you just got done gassing up that team, man. Like, yeah, Carson and this and that. Man, y'all was talking about Rawls. What? Just what? In the preseason. Now it's Carson. Hey, let me tell you something. You guys talk about more running backs than I do side chicks, man. Let's see.
Snaps.
Let's see. No, I'm gonna keep it real. Let's keep it real. Between 2015 and 2017, how many running backs have you guys had?
Well, I mean, on the roster?
Yeah, 14 running backs. 14 running backs. You guys talk about a new running back every damn week.
But are they good? Let's not talk about the past right now, Harry. Let's talk about right now. What is wrong with the stable of running backs we have? We have 4 quality running backs.
Nah, you name one. Carson, he's cool, but the other ones, they're not good at all. You know, First of all, man, you guys signed Hamburg. Who's Eddie Lacy? Like, where has he been at?
Oh,
you know?
Hey.
He's been getting himself together, ready for the season.
Man, hey, Eddie's garbage too. Hey, I saw him last week, man, over in South Center at BJ's, man.
I got a question for Harry. All right, Harry. So all the bad stuff you've been talking about, the Seahawks still find a way to win games. So that's what I was referring to about the running back by committee. Of course, we may not have a superstar. So what do you say, okay, to that the running backs is still a little nasty. It may not look good, but we find a way to win.
Hey, that's true. I have to, give it up to the Hawks for that one. But damn, man, I'm just tired of the fans keep relying on that, man. Like after every third quarter, it's like, oh, we always find a way to win. We start off slow. Come on, man. I mean, starting off slow. I mean, you guys barely beat the Niners.
Oh,
you know?
Man.
I mean, you guys barely beat the Niners. Hey, check this out. You guys beat the Niners off a broken play, off a broken playground play from Russell Wilson. Once again.
But Russell Wilson made the play. Russell Wilson is an elite quarterback. Can you agree with that?
Elite quarterback? Come on, bro. That was his first touchdown pass in 2 games.
Wait. So what you're saying is that you wouldn't put Russell Wilson in the class of elite quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
No, not right now. Not right now.
Harry the hater. Come on, man.
Hey, not right now, man. You guys, man. I wish I could really say what I want to say, but hey,
baby, let it fly, baby. It's the barbershop, baby. Let it fly.
Nah, hey.
So let me ask you this before we get going, before we let you go, Harry, because obviously you got a lot of hate in your heart. I want you to let it out. Looking at the Seahawks moving forward, we got the Titans this weekend. Of course, we got a tough schedule. So any NFL schedule is tough. What do you think the Seahawks end up this season, man?
Record-wise?
Record-wise, do they go to the playoffs? Are we Super Bowl bound? Because we have expectations. We have expectations of the Super Bowl, man.
Hey, you might as well get that out your head. Hey, you guys are football. You guys used to play football, man. Come on, man. Let's keep it real, man. You guys barely beat the Niners. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys have no O-line. I mean, I don't know where they've been. And Trustin Pete, come on, Trustin Pete, he cut Casey, what's his name? Casey, the receiver.
Casey Williams out of UW, right? Yep.
Yeah, he cut him. I'm like, come on, man. And then he wants to add a defensive lineman.
Yeah, they did add a lineman today, didn't they? They did sign a defensive lineman.
Yeah. Come on, bro. Trustin Pete my ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I see, Harry, on the real though, I see you guys making the playoffs. I see you guys making the playoffs by, man, just because of the conference you guys are in. The NFC West isn't that good. I mean, you guys are going to battle it out with the Rams, for 1 and 2, whatnot, but you guys will make the playoffs just because of playground quarterback Russell Wilson, But other than that, you guys have no receivers. You guys have no tight end. Speaking of tight end, where the hell is Jimmy Graham at?
Oh, man.
Where's Jimmy Graham at?
Harry, on that, Harry.
Stop it, Harry.
On that, Nate. Hey, you too much heat right now. Harry, do me a favor, man. Can we chime back in with you next week or later on in the week when we get some of this heat off us, man? We gotta check back in with you when the Seahawks beat up the Titans.
To answer his question, Jimmy Graham is getting run over by Aaron Lynch.
Oh.
Hey, that's better than high running through your defense like he's at a Motel 6, running through those, He ran through him.
Harry, we gotta let you go, man. We're gonna check back in with you periodically throughout the season and see how your hate is going. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that, man.
And by the way, Harry lives in Seattle and giving y'all this, man.
Harry, we appreciate you keeping it real.
We appreciate you, man.
Hey, actually, I'm over here at Southern Kitchen, man. I'm in Trufant's neighborhood.
Tax City,
yeah. Hey, I can't stand Tacoma either.
We're gonna catch up with you later, Harry. Hey, that's Harry the hater. Man. We're going to bring him back on the show from now on, man. He kills us.
Tell him why you mad, son.
Tell him why you mad, son. Play a hater. Hey, when we come back, we're going to play winners and pretenders. We're going to talk about a person, place, or thing, and we're going to decide whether that is a winner or a pretender. You only get here on the Barbershop on 950 KJR.
The Trufant Family Foundation is dedicated to enriching the community by empowering the youth to excel both in academics and sports. Created by me, Marcus Trufant, in 2003, we have helped hundreds of kids in the Pacific Northwest and beyond. Our mission is simple. Let's make dreams come true for the disadvantaged children in our area. We believe all children deserve a chance to achieve greatness. For more information or to donate, head over to TrufantFamilyFoundation.com.
Now back to the Barbershop, brought to you by Trufant Auto Detail and by the Trufant Family Foundation on Seattle Sports Radio 950 KJR.
Welcome back to the Barbershop Show here on Sports Radio 950 KJR. It's T. Holla and True about to close it down on a Hyphy Barbershop night. We've been getting Hyphy all night, man. Marshawn Lynch got us hyped this past weekend with that little hype dance he was doing on the sideline at the what team does he play for now? The Raiders game.
Shaking them dreads.
Shake them dreads. So we get hype a little bit. We want to say thank you to our friends from XLOCKZ, XLOCKZ, for coming in here tonight, hanging out with us, and our friends from the Fam First Foundation, Marshawn Lynch's foundation. They are going to get down this Sunday, September 24th at Aston Manor. They're doing a fundraiser, raising money for the underprivileged kids in our community. Make sure you get down with that. Right now, though, we're going to play a little game that we love to do here from time to time called Winners and Pretenders. It is where Marcus Trufant, myself, and our guy back there behind the board, Nathaniel, we're going to talk about a thing, a person, a subject, something that's out there in the news and the media, and we're going to determine whether that thing is a winner or a pretender. You guys ready to get down with this tonight?
Let's do it, baby.
All right, let's bust out. The first one I want to talk to you guys about.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Nathaniel, he's here just so he don't get fined, I guess.
Nathaniel from the Bay.
Yeah. Listen up, fellas. Santana Moss came out this week in the media and said that God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. Now, what was he talking about? He was talking about the disgruntled, disenfranchised quarterback, RG3. You know, RG3 was happy when his old coach, Mike Shanahan, got fired because they didn't see eye to eye. You know, he was not a Shanahan guy, and, you know, they didn't see eye to eye. They butted heads, and ultimately Shanahan got fired, and apparently RG3 rejoiced. He was happy about it. And Santana Moss came out this week and spilled the beans and said, yep, RG3, that's why you ain't got no job right now, because God don't like ugly. True. Is Santana Moss winning with this statement, or is he pretending with this statement?
You know what? I'm going to say he's winning with this statement. And I say that because Santana, from what I know of him, you know, is a pretty real cat. He never, you know, you don't see him in the media or on social media doing a bunch of stuff like that. He doesn't call people out. So I think in this situation that he's doing it, I think it could be something to it. So
okay. Nathaniel.
I'm going to say he's a winning. He's keeping it real.
Ooh.
He's saying, hey, man, RG3, you didn't, you know, you had the talent, right? You had all the talent in the world. You don't go number one in the NFL draft unless you have some sort of talent, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And then the guy comes out and doesn't do anything or does something. I mean, he takes the team to the playoffs, but he didn't try and get better. He didn't work on getting better. That's why he's not playing in the NFL while, you know, other guys are, like Russell Wilson.
Because his coach. He down-talked the coach.
That's a loser statement.
Oh, Shazam.
You don't blame your coach for how bad you are. You blame yourself. You got to take accountability.
The coach don't like me.
So
accountability.
Anyway, so I got two for winners. Two said that Santana Moss's statement is winning, and I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna say it's losing because what goes on in this locker room stays in this locker room, man. You don't put the dirty laundry out there, man. If you got a problem with that, man, you go to him with it and say, look, man, you shouldn't be rejoicing like this. That man, Coach Shanahan, he got a family.
Hey, man.
You don't be mad that don't be happy he lost his job.
It's a new time, T.
Either way, you guys, it's 2-1, so.
Hey.
You guys are winners. I had another one in here I wanted to do, but I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go right to this one, man, because I don't want to say it goes hand in hand with it, but it goes into the whole thing of telling it. I don't even know how to go into this, y'all. You guys have all heard of Kevin Hart, the great comedian, the great movie star, the star of such great flicks as Soul Plane. That's all you need to know, really, right there, right? But no, he's a big star right now. He stars in movies with The Rock and things like that. But this past weekend, he got into some hot water, and he was caught with a young woman that was not his wife. And in some physical activities. And the woman that he was with videotaped it and took pictures and tried to extort them for millions of dollars, right?
Right.
And so the end result was Kevin Hart online making an apology video that kind of sounded like this.
I'm at a place in my life where I feel like I have a target on my back, and because of that, I should make smart decisions. And recently, I didn't. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I am or claim to be in any way, shape, or form. And I made a bad error in judgment and put myself in an environment where only bad things can happen, and they did.
So I'm going to leave it at that. So real quick around the horn, just really quick, I need real quick is you guys to tell me, was Kevin Hart winning with this apology statement, or is he pretending?
Pretending.
Just with the statement. Is he coming out and bearing his soul like that? Is he winning with that, or is he losing with that?
I don't think he's winning, but that's just me, and I think it's a loss. I think if you're going to do this, you're going to give these apologies. Of course, I could assume that he's giving an apology face-to-face. Kind of like you just talked about, you go to the person, and it goes hand-in-hand with the Santana and RG3 thing. You go to that person. But like I said, it's a new time. So I still feel like it's pretending, but it's kind of like this is what's hot right now.
Is it winning or pretending?
It's pretending.
It's pretending.
I'm going to stick to my principles.
There you go.
Stand up, Tacoma.
I'm going to say one thing.
What?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Oh, you said because he got caught before.
This is the second time.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, come on, man.
But
like, I think you're funny.
But it's the statement that he gave.
I think you're funny.
Coming out with the public.
You shouldn't be cheating on your wife.
So it's a statement pretending to win it.
He's pretending, man. He's gonna if he got a chance and another woman was like, sure, he'd do it in his hand. You don't do it twice.
But I'm gonna go on record and say you don't need to put out the video, man. You don't need to put the video out. It's pretending. The whole thing to me.
Oh yes, I'm the great pretender.
And I don't like to make light of a situation like this, but you know how we do, man. You know how our community does. We make lemonade out of lemons.
Get 'em.
We make sugar out of sugar.
Get 'em.
So I'm going to end the show with a song. You know how we do. We take a bad situation and make a song out of it. Mm-hmm. Kevin Hart's apology has been made into a song, and we're going to end the show
I just simply got to do
with
better.
Kevin Hart's remix. Here debuted on the Barbershop show as we close out is the Kevin Hart apology remix brought to you exclusively by the Barbershop. I want to thank you guys for joining us here. We'll be back next Wednesday. T and True closing it out with Kevin Hart's apology.
I got a target on my back, baby. Because of that, I should make smart decisions. I need to make smart decisions, yeah. I should make smart decisions. Yeah. And recently I did. Yeah. And doing that, I know that I'm gonna hurt. Baby, yeah. Apologize.
Woo! Get you right here, don't you?
Hey, I'm vibing. I'm feeling it.
I think that this song is better than the apology.
There's no excuses.
This T-Pain is right, too, though. That T-Pain
is killing it.
Someone spent some time with an auto-tuner.
But listen here, the Boys to Men part.
Say that I am or claim to be in any way, shape, or form. And I made a bad error in judgment and put myself in an environment where only bad things can happen, and they did.
And that is it. Thank you, guys. We'll catch you next Wednesday. We're only here at the Barbershop.
T sad. Hyphy Auto Detail is the right fit for anyone with a full schedule but appreciates a clean vehicle. Whether you're going to practice, going to close a deal, or just out on date night, a dirty car will only slow you down. Trufant Auto Detail was trusted by my hometown Seattle Seahawks to keep their cars in Pro Bowl shape. And you should too. Go ahead and book today at TrufantAutoDetail.com.